In the shadows where the truth collides, voices rising like a raging tide. Echoes of a past that we can't escape, tangled in the webs of what they fabricate. Heavy hearts wrapped in plastic dreams, fingers pointing at our silent screams. Gender blurred and lost in the fray, we're just warriors fighting for a brighter day. Say what you need to hear, not what you wanna know. Super Gringo on the airwaves, let the fire grow. Triggering minds since 68's dawn light. Through your liberal tears, we'll ignite the night. Hear anti-drones marching like puppets on strings. Echo chambers echoing their hollowed out wings. Don't paint me as a villain, I'm just standing tall. A tidal wave that's destined to fall. Unmask the lies and face the disdain. In this battlefield of thought, where reason's slain. With every word I spit like molten steel, I'll break through your armor, it's time for real feel. Say what you need to hear, not what you wanna know. Super Gringo on the airwaves, let the fire grow. Triggering minds since 68's dawn light. Through your liberal tears, we'll ignite the night. Call me what you will, I won't play their game. Not a fascist or socialist, I'm unchained. Crack open your mind, let freedom ring loud. Join us in rebellion against this mindless crowd. Say what you need to hear, you're join our fight. Super Gringo on the airwaves, shining so bright. Triggering minds since 68's dawn light. Through your liberal tears, we'll ignite the night. So raise your voice above despair and doubt. In the sea of confusion, we're breaking out. With every heartbeat pulsing strong and clear, we're living proof that change is here.
What's up? Welcome to the Super Gringo podcast. Wasn't planning on doing one tonight, but matter of fact, this was like an hour's worth of planning. I just started jotting stuff down as I was sitting here watching YouTube and the fires and all that good stuff, which I will comment on tonight. These aren't in order, so if you see me take a break to look at my list, it's something I'm going to check off. My wife is working till 10 o'clock tonight, so that's why I'm doing a live and drinking some beers, because I don't drink during the week anymore. I only drink on weekends because I train during the week on karate, and I'm in college again, not taking a degree program. I'm just trying to gain knowledge because, well, to be honest, I just hate being as stupid as pretty much 98% of the planet. So, what we're going to talk about first, of course, Trump's sentencing. He's been sentenced for 34 felonies. I want you to think about this, and I think Grumpy brought it up. For 34 felonies, he didn't get probation, didn't get a fine, nothing. What was it? Discharge? No discharge? Or no? For 34 felonies. Supposedly 34 felonies. Because, how dangerous Trump is. I think Trump, or Grumpy Farmer brought up the irony of it, that he was the next Hitler. Wouldn't you try to put Hitler in prison? Just saying. And then the diatribe from I think it was the district attorney's office, the diatribe about his crime and how horrible it was, and yet no one could tell me because falsifying business records is a misdemeanor. None of these loony leftist idiots can tell me what makes it a felony. As a matter of fact, they had to literally bend themselves into a pretzel to use the word felony. I've written I think I have 3 or 4 essays on just how ludicrous this is. If you notice, I've been writing a lot more. A lot of books, by the way. You'll see more commercials tonight from books from the rise and fall of the Roman Republic, which I would recommend taking that class and then looking at the rise and fall of the American Republic. You'll see some similarities. Matter of fact, they actually said Caesar at one time was an enemy of the state, the next Hitler, if it were, and then made him frickin' what they call it? Not trying to remember the word. I haven't used it in a lot. Basically, it's like the president, but not the president. He was Juru or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, he was considered enemy of the state, but he became the leader of Rome while it was still a republic. Then they murdered him, and then Augusta became the emperor. Man, weird how that shit happens, huh? Then tonight, or next, I was watching YouTube, which I do a lot because the loony left, which I'll mention a couple of the loony leftists that I invited over here, or their minions over here, to try and defend their position. But they were freaking out because Trump has literally said that on his first day he's going to sign 100 executive orders. I'm not a big fan of executive orders. If it's not a law, it shouldn't be there anyway. But if you watch my videos on the Federalist Papers, which I'll talk about later, you'll find out that we've strayed so far from what the founders wanted. But he's going to sign 100 executive orders on the first day. Well, Biden signed 155 executive orders in 4 years. So he's got about 55 more to go to get rid of all these shitty executive orders. Most of them having to do with gender ideology. I've noticed, well, I don't know. He only Biden only sniffed little girls. So obviously he knows the difference between a boy and a girl. So yes, he's going to sign 100 executive orders on day one. Good. I mean, the loony left are losing their... He's going to be a dictator. Biden signed 66 on day one. He actually holds the record. No, it was 30. 33. 33 on day one, and then I guess he had to take a break and take a nap. And then on day two, he did more. He signed 155 executive orders. And that's not counting decrees and all the other crap that a president can do in his tenure. 155. So in order to fix the country, Trump actually has 55 more to go, but I guess even he needs a break. Oh, speaking of the loony leftist, I actually sent invitations to Tennessee Brando's minions over here. I don't even read their shit anymore. There's another guy, I guess. Where is his name here? So Robert, I think he pronounces it Reich, but it's spelled exactly like Reich. And if you go over and look at his page, it's aptly named. He's aptly named. Well, actually, maybe we should change his name to Goebbels. Because I don't know. He's supposedly like this college professor. He served as labor secretary under Gerald Ford and Carter, and he sounds like an old socialist professor. So if you're wondering, he is a professor, I guess. If you're wondering why your kids are stupid when they come out of college, blame this guy. Go over and check out Robert Reich, or Reich. It's spelled Reich. Literally, and it's aptly spelled if you go look at his stuff. I don't know if he gives the stuff for CNN to say and MSNBC, or whether he's quoting CNN or MSNBC. But I go over on his page. Mind you, he's a college professor, and he can't keep up with me. So if you're wondering why your kids can't debate or are just borderline retarded, it's professors like this. Keep in mind, I did some checking. Well, let me check him off the list of things I want to talk about, because, where is he? Robert Reich. He calls himself Reich to try and cover up his, I guess, background maybe. I don't know. His family background. I don't know. But I did some checking. His net worth is $4 million. Do you know what his main argument is? Rich people don't pay enough taxes. And people agree with him. So let me get this straight. A rich asshole is telling me I should hate rich assholes. Well, that's not hard. I don't like you, and you're an idiot. Well, not because you're rich, but because you're an idiot. How did you get rich? Because there are people dumber than you who buy your books. Or was it one of the people said, well, you don't get rich writing books. Okay, so you're saying he's a corrupt politician who got rich while he was in government. Well, thank you for clearing that up for me, genius. But check him out, Robert Reich. I'll call him Reich from now on. I'm not going to call him by his made-up frickin' name. Reich. Robert Reich. Or, and to be honest, he would make Joseph Goebbels jealous. All right, what else do we have to... Yeah, I did send over to Tennessee Brando's minions, but I don't think we're going to see any of them. I think I said this on a short, but hold on. I'm back in college. I'm just taking certificate courses. I'm not getting into the, full degree. But my stepdaughter and wife wonder, because the course is online and it's all multiple choice. But if you notice, I write essays for everything. Like they send you a study list. I sit down and I look at the topic and I go out and research the topic and I'll write a paper on it. Well, my stepdaughter and wife think I'm crazy for doing all that work when I don't have to. Well, maybe that's why I'm smarter than most of you, is because I actually do the work. That's how I get my books too, by the way. Those are my essays that I write on these topics. The Roman Empire, the Roman Republic, not the Empire, the Republic. The Federalist Papers. Socialism. I have 2 books on socialism. One is from the college. The other is from my research on how many successful socialist regimes there are. Can I give you a little hint? 0. None. Now, I think I have that here too. Socialism. Which, by the way, I think that Robert Reich is a socialist from the way he talks. So if your kids think socialists will work this time, he's the idiot that's telling them this stuff. But, yes, I have 2 books out on socialism. First one covers how it started, socialism and communism. They're the same. Communism is just end stage socialism. That's all it is. As a matter of fact, in the book, my second book, you'll notice that the word dictatorship and communism are synonymous. Nowhere that socialism has been started has it not turned into a communist dictatorship. Nowhere. Venezuela, I'm in driving distance from Venezuela. So argue with me, please. That young girl that stands out in front of the frickin' market with the sign that says she's a Venezuelan begging for frickin' money. Argue with her, okay? If she doesn't punch you, maybe I will. Don't know. But yeah, I've been to college. What else we got going on? Oh, I finally got my finances fixed on my book page. So I should be getting my royalties now. I actually have one that's been sitting there for like months. Didn't know why I wasn't getting paid. Maybe I'll get it now. I just got an email about it. Let's talk about the wildfires in Brazil. Yeah, Brazil. They did have wildfires, by the way. California. So I guess, from what I've heard, and I've done essays on this too. I have 4 or 5 essays that I've sat down, did research with news agencies. By the way, my Google is open, so if you want to argue with me, I can go find the information. It's open in the background here. I can find the information. Or I can literally quote one of my essays that has citations in it. Okay? I'm done playing with you idiots. And that's both sides of the fence. You're all idiots, really. Just blah, blah. 2 idiots screaming at each other because you don't know shit. 2 don't know shit screaming at each other. That's literally what it is. Go fucking look some shit up, huh? So, the wildfires. They were letting water just go into the ocean from the mountaintop. When it melts, they used to put it in reservoirs. But because of some stupid fish, I guess it's a smelt or something, I don't know, don't care. They were letting water just flow into the fucking ocean during a drought. By Gavin Newsom's order, I guess. So if you're wondering why your house is gone, and this leads into one of my topics is sympathy for California. I don't really have any. You voted for this. You're getting what you voted for. Your house is gone. Did you keep your ballot registration in your house? Well, maybe you should fucking let that go too and start voting the other way. Huh? So I don't feel sorry for you people. Of course, I'm also thousands of miles away. So I don't feel sorry for you because you voted for it. You're mentally ill. I can't help you. Maybe your house, I think it was Jimmy who did a video on pain, pain, learning through pain. Well, are you learning or not? Because if you're not, just next time don't even wait for the wildfire. Just set your own house on fire. Save time. Where's that? Sympathy for California. Now, I feel sorry for, some people because, well, they may not have voted for it. They may be Republican. But you live there. You could move. If you're rich enough to own a house in a state with the highest taxes in the union, you can move. Fucking U-Haul and move. Take all your family with you. I hear Florida is really nice. What else we got going on? Oh, by the way, I don't know if Junior will see this. I'm going to put it up on WWE is finally on Netflix, so I get to watch Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT. NXT is like the developmental territory. It's like a developmental territory for WWE. You get to watch the young up-and-comers and see if they can tell a story or not. See, I used to wrestle, so when I'm looking at it, I'm looking for psychology. Can you tell me a story that I'll frickin' believe? I don't really care about people who bounce around. That was the problem with Brazilian wrestling. I used to watch, it's called the BWF, Brazilian Wrestling Federation. Had no idea the story. Didn't know why they were fighting. There was no, setup, nothing. And they had the 5-sided ring that TNA used to have. No stories. Just a bunch of people would come out to the ring. Some of them would be carrying a belt. I don't know how they won the belt, why they won the belt. I speak enough Portuguese that if you tell a story, I'll figure it out. And they would just, bounce around the ring. it looked like a training session to me for like my sons who trained in wrestling too. My son Caleb could actually tell a better story than these people. If you saw my son Caleb put on a submission, you'd think he was actually putting on a submission. He might actually have been. He's not a real people person. But so I actually get WWE, and I get all the pay-per-views for a fraction of the cost you guys do, because I pay it in reals. But I get paid in dollars. I got to thank the Brazilian people for electing an idiot president, because the dollar is, even though Americans elected an idiot, Brazilians elected a bigger idiot. You understand the difference? Biden, idiot. Lula, communist, idiot. And communism is always worse than just a plain old idiot. Okay? So, right now, the dollar is like six real, over 6 reals. Over 6 reals. So I'm making a month about the equivalent of like $11,000 a month here in Brazil, thanks to Brazilians being stupid. It sucks for them, but I have a friend who supported Lula, who's actually a businessman. He rents an apartment and stuff. I thank him all the time. Thank you. For what? Electing an idiot. I'm getting rich. You're not. So, hey. And I keep sending him thank you letters through WhatsApp. Hey, thanks, dude. He went up another like 25 centavos. What else? See, these aren't in order. I'm just kind of checking them off as I talk about them. But it would be great. I mean, if you're here, say something, and we could discuss. I think I've already discussed Trump's sentencing. No doubt this is going to get overturned in appeal. Holy crap. I've done 3 essays on it. And I'm only, I have associates in criminal justice, and I could get this off on appeal. And then his executive order is 100 the first day. Well, Biden signed 155. And if you elect an idiot, you got to get rid of the stupid shit. So first day, get rid of the stupid shit. What's next? Oh, Elon Musk. I want to get on to Elon Musk. But that's going to get rid of 2 on this list. Elon Musk and Facebook jail. Or Zuckerberg. Not Elon, but Zuckerberg. So Zuckerberg has come out. Get this. The person that said he was not censoring conservative posts on Facebook or Meta is saying that he's not going to censor any more conservative views on Facebook or Meta. So he wasn't doing it, but now he's saying he's not going to do it. Well, if you weren't doing it, you wouldn't have to say you're not going to do it anymore. Holy fuck, people. By the way, I'm in Facebook jail because, actually this takes 3 off this list. Because, where is it? I guess it's okay to cheer for the murder of a CEO. But it's not okay to call you a worthless piece of shit for cheering for the murder of anyone. Unjustified murder. You don't walk up behind someone and shoot him in the fucking head. If the guy had a gun on him and he pulled out a gun and shot him, I'd be going, way to go, man. Self-defense. Straight up. He's a murdering piece of shit is what he is. Weird. The loony left. All of a sudden hates Obamacare and gun control. Weird. You people drive me fucking nuts. That's how stupid you are. This guy was operating under Obamacare. That's the law of the land as far as health care. There's no other law. It's Obamacare. You voted for, if you want to kill someone for over insurance, go to your loony leftist neighbors, kick in their fucking door, and double tap them. They're the ones that made it happen. Again, we'll go back to the sympathy for California. You voted for this. When you vote for this, it's your fault. You get what you deserve. I live in a foreign country. They're still making me pay for Obamacare. I should be allowed to fly back to America, find one of you loony leftists, and beat your knees with a ball bat. Because you're stealing from me for no fucking reason. I should be, and you know what? I have no problem doing it. I've seen me fuck people up. You paid me to do it for you. Now you're paying me not to do it. To you. That's what I call my pension your insurance plan. You're paying me not to do what you trained me to do. Because I can shoot a long fucking ways. And you people are stupid. Holy shit, are you stupid. And it's not just the left. Well, the left is monumentally stupid. If you can't tell me what gender you are, you're fucking stupid. Yes, if you notice, I'm degenerating back into my old self because holy fuck, the stupid. Matter of fact, this Robert Reich kind of brought it out. That guy is a college professor, and I can destroy him with a simple essay. If you're wondering why your kids are stupid, why you're stupid, if you've gone to college, go check out his page. You're an idiot. Oh my God. Almost time for another beer. But where was I again? Yeah, calling for the murder of a CEO, I guess, is fine. Calling people out for violent rhetoric is not, according to Facebook. If you want to kill somebody and not look like a piece of shit, try killing a professional. Don't walk up behind somebody with a gun and shoot him in the fucking head. That just makes you a pussy fucking coward. Go to fucking Fort Bragg and try killing one of them and see how it goes. Okay? Oh yeah, I'm going to add that to this. 17. Because that came up in one of Grumpy's Special Forces. Alright. Okay. Some things come as they come. I see there's 3 people watching. Mangione is not a fucking hero if he's convicted, allegedly. He's not a hero. Matter of fact, even if it isn't him, the guy who did it isn't a fucking hero. He's a coward piece of shit. Y'all cowards if you're cheering him on and you're upset about health insurance because you did it. You're the ones who did it. It's called Obamacare, you fucking morons. You're the problem, not the CEO. He's operating within the law that you got passed because you're an idiot. Just like tax laws. The rich doesn't pay their fair share. None of them go to jail because it's the law, stupid. And guess what? Nobody's going to change it because they keep giving money to the... That's another, that Robert Reich. And that's always going to pronounce his name that way. I don't care how he pronounces it. It's Robert Reich. Zeke Heil. Constantly complaining, a guy who's worth $4 million, constantly complaining the rich doesn't pay their fair share and there's too much money in politics. Really? No, you're not worried about money in politics. You're worried about whose money is in politics. You don't have a problem with George Soros. You have a problem with Elon Musk because he's not a loony leftist. You don't have a problem with Mark Zuckerberg giving money to the cackling dingus. You have a problem with, I'm trying to think of someone. Elon Musk is the only one, a billionaire that actually gave to conservative causes. Everybody else gave $10, $20, $30. So you people are the problem with money, not conservatives. They give like $10, $20, $30 because that's all they can afford. And they're actually probably giving something up to beat you in an election. Because you people have fucked up the economy so bad that people are... I bet you there's people out there, and I don't know this for sure, but it's happened in the past. Senior citizens were eating fucking cat food. It's happened. Cool, Bob, Rob. Cool. Get your chores done. Excuse the language, but I'm hot. I'm really hot. I haven't done a live stream in a while. I've been doing a lot of writing, though. I will be getting up to get a beer. You might hear one of my commercials for one of my new books. But all I have is a checklist tonight. No script, like I normally do a script. But this Robert Reich just drove me nuts. This guy is a college professor, by the way, and I can make him look stupid. With cited sources and real documents. So if this is the guy your kids are learning from, no wonder your kids are retarded. Get your kids out of college and put them into a trade school where they can make some money. But yeah, I need to go refill my cold beverage. So enjoy this commercial for one of my latest books.
Hey everyone! Ever wondered how Marxism, communism and socialism continue to shape our world today? Well, you're in for a treat, introducing by Sean Armstrong, an in-depth exploration of these transformative doctrines. This book takes you on a deep dive into the ideological labyrinth of Marxism, communism and socialism. Armstrong meticulously unpacks the legacies of influential thinkers like Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, examining how their revolutionary ideas sparked class struggles during the Industrial Revolution, but it doesn't stop there. You'll also explore how figures like Lenin and Stalin reinterpreted these ideas, leading to their own, sometimes devastating paths of governance. Curious about the unique model of socialism under Tito in Yugoslavia, or how Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms transformed China. Armstrong covers it all. It's not just a historical narrative, it's a contemporary critique that challenges you to reflect on justice, equality, and economic systems in today's world. Each chapter is enriched with historical anecdotes and thought-provoking analyses that will keep you engaged and questioning the status quo. Whether you're a seasoned scholar or just curious about these ideologies, this book promises to illuminate the complexities of socialist thought and its implications for our modern society. So, are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey? Pick up today and unravel the intricate tapestry of Marxist, communist and socialist ideologies that continue to influence our lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more insightful content. Thanks for watching and happy reading.
Yes, I use AI for my commercials because I don't have time to write. Well, actually, I write the scripts, put them in AI, and then I get my commercials. But yeah, I have 2 books out on socialism and communism, which, again, communism is just end stage socialism, which, by the way, Robert Reich is a socialist, so he was a communist. So you hear someone screaming about how great socialism is, they're just communists. Just tell them and call them communists. Don't use the soft word. It's not a soft. Communism is a hard word. Between, well, the first year, did you know that America sent aid to the Soviet Union in the first year of Stalin's? There you go. Common sense. He has none. Literally, I think you came in a little late. I literally said, I don't know if he's giving CNN and MSNBC their talking points or if he's copying their talking points. I don't know which, since he's a professor, but literally, I don't have to watch CNN. I just listen to his stupid shit. I want to tell you a story about professors and scientists and all these smarter than I am people, which I don't think they are. I was working at Picatinny Arsenal. You can ask Jimmy about Picatinny Arsenal. legit rocket scientists work there. It's a testing facility and production facility for weapons. Anyway, we were security there. My armored company was sent there after 9/11 to provide security in case terrorism. So part of our job was to search cars as they entered the base for guns, explosives, so on and so forth. So these are legit rocket scientists, keep in mind. PhDs, all the good stuff. You know, they can do a algebraic out of their head. I can't. If I know how tall you are, I can figure out how far away you are using the mil-dot reticle and frickin' trigonometry. But anyway, he's a demonstration of intelligence. The person was offended that we were searching his car, and said so to me. I was a sergeant then. Looks at me and goes, "This is offensive to me. Do you realize I'm a rocket scientist?" And I looked at him, "Do you realize I'm the one with the gun? Who do you think they trust? I'm searching your car for guns. They gave me one. How smart are you? They didn't feel safe enough to give you a firearm. Shut up." These are the people that if we closed one gate as a training exercise, they couldn't figure out how to get off the base. It's an extra half mile down the road. You just take a left. The same left you would take out this gate, it's just a half mile down the road. They couldn't figure it out. That's whole, wow. They're like what I call, if you've ever watched the movie Rain Man, there you go. But this Wright guy isn't even the Rain Man. He's an old socialist professor who sells books, multi-millionaire, like, the hell's that senator, ran for president. Can't even remember his name. That's how much he frickin' matters. But, who is a millionaire but wants you to hate rich people. I don't hate rich people. I can give a shit less as long as they make good shit that I can buy. That's it. Don't care if you're rich. Matter of fact, they hate Elon Musk. Well, hey, you ever get a colony on Mars, I'll fucking go. Then I ain't got to listen to these stupid assholes. Because I don't think Elon is going to let loony leftists go to Mars after they trashed him on X. That brings up another thing about Elon Musk. It's on my list here. Elon Musk and Brazil. Brazilians are kind of confused now at why their internet bills are going up, but their service is getting worse. Let me explain something to you, you idiots. Brazil doesn't have a space program. Elon Musk does. And he has Starlink that you were using for your internet. You're idiots. So Moraes, fuck you. Basically, you're like that New York City judge. Yeah, I covered Trump sentencing. That New York City judge isn't even as smart as Moraes. Moraes actually has power. That idiot is probably, as soon as Trump is president, going to get investigated by the DOJ because he's an idiot. Godspeed, sir. Go fuck yourself. Oh. What am I looking at now? Oh, being educated. I think I brought this up earlier. And this goes for everybody. Taking half an hour a day, right? Get on fucking Google. Listen to a loony leftist. Figure out what they're saying. And you could pretty much find a counter argument that sounds smarter than you're an idiot or you're an asshole. Because that's all the loony left is doing. Trump is a Nazi. How? They don't do research. So you should. Get educated. There's free college courses out there. I'm taking them. again, I think I said it earlier, my wife and stepdaughter are wondering why I study so hard. Just because I don't want to be as fucking stupid as 98% of the planet. If I'm going to argue with someone or debate someone, not argue, but debate, which actually with the left it is an argument, you're a big poopy head. Did you know Trump got 4.3% GDP and you're a big poopy head. They literally, in my head, I could picture a monkey throwing poop. That's what it looks like. Pictures in my head. But get educated. Oh, I like the fact that people, even the left, were freaking out that him and Obama were talking, but Obama did, literally didn't talk to the cackling dingus at all. The loony left were losing their minds. Oh my God! Also, it popped into my head while those two were laughing and stuff. Obama laughing with the next Hitler? Are you really? Because that has been their argument for like 8 years now. Trump is Hitler. Then why would and he's racist. Oh my God, he's racist. Obama's half black. I don't think a racist would be talking to a half black former president, don't you? Do you? Maybe you're just an idiot. Did you ever think of that? But Obama and none of the other former presidents even talked to the cackling dingus. Because, well, even they know she's an idiot. And her supporters, if you think she's an idiot, you should hear her supporters. Robert Reich. Oh yeah, who was it? I was on one of Grumpy's videos, that Richard idiot, about the bomber. Oh yeah, he was a Trump supporter. Yeah, who's been in combat for 12 years straight. And one of his problems with the government was leadership. You know, like your senile fucking president, commander-in-chief. You idiot. Hey, Richard, I never see you in here. And I share these links. Never see you in here trying to defend the fact that, you know, maybe because you know live. Well, you can't even keep up with me when you have time to think. Could you imagine live how stupid you would sound? Because you wouldn't have the time to think. And I know chat is, you know, kind of limited, but so are you, really, if you look at your comments and how many times I have destroyed you. Yep, Richard. You got it, Richard. The fucking moron. He has time to think and still can't keep up with me. And I invite him here all the time. Could you imagine live? Holy shit. When he has time to think, he sounds like an idiot. Could you imagine if I could get the audio working? Some of these people? All I can picture is like the Rain Man or Sling Blade. You got some taters in there? Yeah, Biden was a good president. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. These people are stupid. And they go to your page. They never come to mine. Why? I'll fuck them up. That's why I have to go to yours. That's why you have a blue wrench. Oh, by the way, because I put this over on Spotify. Grumpy Farmer just came in. Richard. Richard is his name. I can't do the letters afterwards, but he's borderline retarded, I think. Well, is that socially acceptable now? Well, you can't use it for people who are mentally disabled because they actually have a medical reason for, you know, having a different way of learning. You leftists, you're just retarded. You don't have an excuse. There's no medical excuse for you being the way you are. Maybe Seroquel. If you notice, I'm getting back to just myself. Just, We were talking about Richard, Grumpy just showed up. So Richard Reich, I think he calls himself Reich, but it's Reich, aptly named, or Joseph Goebbels, as I like to call him. Actually, Goebbels might be an awe. Trump's censoring Trump's executive orders, and sympathy for California, don't have any. because guess what? You voted for it. We have WWE on Netflix now. Woohoo! No more fucking idiots in Brazil bouncing around in a ring who don't know what they're doing. Facebook jail. Did I put yeah, Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail for calling out the idiots who are cheering for murder. Because I guess cheering for murder is good. You just can't call people out for it. Sent invitations to Tennessee Brando and Richard Wright and his minions. Cheering for murder. Elon Musk and the internet. Brazil doesn't have a space program. Excuse me. Yeah, Richard, the Special Forces douchebag. That's PTSD. So I can't really call him a dude. Well, he's kind of stupid in what he did instead of getting help. But Richard trying to, he was a Trump supporter. And he was his manifesto mentioned horrible fucking leadership like Milley and Biden. And actually, I guess the cackling dingus would be in his chain of command as well. Point out to someone who isn't a fucking idiot. 22 veterans a day kill themselves. That hasn't changed. You've been in charge for 4 fucking years, Rich. Explain to me how things are better. Matter of fact, go to... Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that. Yes. All those years, Zuckerberg said... And I brought that up earlier. Zuckerberg. Yeah. Censorship. The guy who said he wasn't censoring people is now promising to not censor people anymore. Okay. So, would that be admitting that he was censoring people? I guess according to the loony left, no. Because, I should write that down. I just thought of something. Blue sky. Matter of fact, I can check that out because I'm going to talk about that now. Blue sky. The left's new social media platform. I did some research. You know, I write essays. I think I have an essay on it too, somewhere. I'm not going to look for it right now. That, I guess, when Blue Sky started, it became a venue for pedophiles. Shocker. My question, based on evidence and how many of them are teachers? Did you know? I bet you most of you don't. That the Department of Education, a government agency, has estimated that at least 10,000 children a year are sexually abused by school staff. But hey, they're not grooming kids. No. I have a bunch of essays on that too. I write a lot. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I've been writing a lot more. That's why that community section on my YouTube page is very important. Go read that stuff. You learn shit. Weird. I know, reading. Holy fuck. It's not a freaking Instagram video or it's longer and it's going to take some effort. Okay, if you want to sit around and talk like Sling Blade, don't read. I don't care. Like my books. I have a bunch of books out there on socialism and communism and the Federalist Papers. We'll get to the Federalist Papers. But I told you I was going to tell you when that book was done, because that one, after reading it, that was my rage writing. I was literally pissed off when I was done with that college course. I was mad. And if you guys aren't mad, if you buy that book and read it, and you aren't mad afterwards, either you don't understand what you read, or you didn't fucking read the book. That book just pissed me off. Because the left, I'll just say, fuck the left. They, to be honest, I think we need a good enema. The country needs an enema of leftist ideology. Literally. If you look at me and you have an Adam's apple and tell me you're a girl, I should be allowed to just DDT you on the fucking concrete. We need to get rid of you. That's why I'm not against abortion. I think late-term abortion should be like, I don't know, 30. For leftists, because, well, they're the ones who are for abortion, you know? I don't think Trump likes Putin. I think he respects him as a strong leader. I mean, look at what we've had for 4 years. Fuck. Even I can respect Putin's strength, although he's a, I guess, tyrannical asshole, former KGB, so go figure. But he was sending checks to the Bidens, so he's not stupid. He knows who he can buy and who he can't. Putin's not stupid. Well, I don't know if I can really blame his military's failures on him or his military structure, because look at our military structure now compared to when I enlisted. Now it's a fucking joke, literally. That's why hey, Rich, you know why that fucking Special Forces guy blew himself up? He was sick of your shit. You electing fucking retards who start wars and then put people in the military, you can't fight it. Or don't know how. We have a fucking admiral who's a guy who thinks he's a chick. Fuck you, Rich. I wish I could actually, like, being a martial art, I wish I could get a ring, and when people disagree with me, what we do is we debate, and then there's a kumite phase, where we get in a ring and actually beat the shit out of each other. Just so I could get the rage out after the debate. Because I'll beat him in a debate, and then I get the rage out by smashing him in the face. Let's talk about the Federalist Papers, shall we? There's a book. I have a book on the Federalist Papers. Go get the fucking book. And if you ain't pissed after reading the fucking book, you're either retarded or you're a leftist. That's it. The Federalist Papers talked about, there's like 89 essays. Factionalism. Factions. How many factions do we... I think it was not Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, you need to respect your enemy. That's the problem with the left. They don't respect anything. And they're going to destroy this country because they don't respect their enemy. And they don't know who their enemy is. If you're protesting for Hamas, you should probably have your balls jammed down your throat. If you're protesting for terrorists, you're a terrorist yourself. If you support terrorists, you're a terrorist, period. And you should be treated accordingly, period. End of statement, end of story. Oh, what the fuck was I talking about? I just checked it off, too. I talked about blue sky. I talked about the wildfires. We're going to get to the wildfires, too. But, oh, the Federalist Papers. Yeah. Factions. Now, in the Federalist Papers, they said that factions would not be able to take hold because of the size of the country. They would be minorities and blah, blah, blah. The loony left has given minorities, the factions, the ABC Mafia, CRT, BLM bullshit, traction, going contrary to what the founders saw for our Constitution. That's in the book. Literally, I wrote it in the book. I know what it fucking says. We shouldn't, if you're a minority, I'm not saying you should be oppressed, because you're not. Most of you are oppressed by your own fucking stupidity. I got arrested for selling crack. Were you selling crack? Well, yeah, but he arrested me because I'm black. No, he arrested you because you're selling crack, you fucking retard. But factions, ABC, Alphabet Mafia, CRT, unions. Unions are factions who lobby the government. Faction. It's in the book. The left has made factions, shall I say fashionable? What I'm trying to say is we've strayed away from the Constitution. For example, who's supposed to make laws? The legislative branch. Who actually makes laws? The fucking bureaucrats. When was the last time a law was passed through Congress? Can anybody fucking tell me? When was the last time a regulation was written up just out of somebody's ass? And guess who, if you don't agree with the regulation, guess who you go in front of to appeal the regulation? The very fucking people that wrote the regulation. Does that sound like a good republic to you? Does that sound like what the founders fucking wrote the Constitution about? It's in the book. Get the fucking book. Read it. And if you ain't pissed, you're a retard or you're a leftist. Well, actually, that's a synonym for leftist, retard. I think I have the commercial here ready to go when I need a beer. That's what those commercials are for. So, anyway, I might talk about the Federalist Papers. That was a good class in the sense that, like, even I didn't know it was written to get one state, New York, to ratify the Constitution. They needed 9 states. And I think New York was the 9th, was the last one. And they were holding out, anti-Marxists. And that was I'm trying to figure out, like, Democrats weren't as fucked up in the head. I mean, they had some good arguments. They were afraid of a strong central government, blah, blah, blah. Get it. Got it. Good. Today, the loony left, socialists, want a strong central government. They want them in every aspect of your fucking life. Wear your mask. Get your jab. Fuck you. So, we have strayed so far, and it started with the new, what do they call it, the New Deal after the Depression, where everybody worried about what you were doing with your money. They started worrying about more than just your money, too. Yeah. Thanks to Obama, we now have a surveillance state. Thanks to the loony left, we have to teach our kids that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. Fuck you. To be honest, and I think I said this in a short, I think it's time to give the country an enema, and usually that requires bullets. And then, because we have such a good Constitution, it is, if you read the Federalist Papers, we have an enduring Constitution that, if we got back to its very roots, what it was originally intended for, the legislature makes laws, the executive branch executes them, and the judicial branch interprets them. Hey, after all the shooting's done, we could get back to being a really strong country. Weird. By the way, CIA, FBI, if you're watching, I'm not in your jurisdiction, you little fuckheads. All right, time to get a refill. Be right back. Enjoy the commercial because good books.
Hey everyone, ever wondered how...
E aí, pessoal, entusiastas da política? Apertem os cintos porque hoje vamos mergulhar fundo num labirinto de ideologias que moldaram o nosso mundo: marxismo, comunismo e socialismo. Bem-vindos à jornada intelectual, explorando o marxismo, o comunismo e o socialismo. Primeiro, vamos voltar às raízes. Imaginem só a Revolução Industrial a todo vapor. Fábricas crescendo, mas e os trabalhadores? Nem tanto. Era um cenário perfeito para a luta de classes. E é aí que entra Karl Marx. Marx não era apenas um filósofo qualquer. Ele era um revolucionário. Ele criticou o capitalismo, argumentando que o sistema estava destinado a ruir sob o seu próprio peso. Suas ideias lançaram as bases para o que entendemos como o marxismo hoje. Avançando um pouco no tempo, encontramos Lenin e Stalin. Eles pegaram as ideias de Marx e criaram a sua própria narrativa. Lenin liderou a Revolução Bolchevique, prometendo paz, terra e pão. Mas sob o governo de Stalin, as coisas tomaram um rumo sombrio. O sistema Gulag, campos de trabalhos forçados e expurgos, essas foram as tristes realidades do comunismo soviético. É um lembrete de como ideais podem se transformar em algo bem diferente na prática. Agora, vamos dar um pulo na Iugoslávia. Lá, Tito criou o seu próprio tipo de socialismo, com foco na autogestão e numa economia descentralizada. É fascinante como o socialismo pode se manifestar de maneiras diferentes, dependendo do contexto. E não podemos esquecer da China. As reformas de Deng Xiaoping, no final do século XX, transformaram a nação. Ele misturou o socialismo com princípios da economia de mercado, o que levou a um rápido crescimento econômico. É uma mistura que ainda gera debates hoje sobre a verdadeira natureza do socialismo. Então, por que tudo isso importa? Num mundo que enfrenta tantas mudanças socioeconómicas, essas perspectivas históricas são cruciais. Elas moldam as discussões contemporâneas sobre justiça, igualdade e sistemas econômicos. A jornada intelectual não é apenas uma aula de história, é um convite para refletir sobre essas ideologias e o impacto delas no mundo moderno. Cada capítulo deste livro é um baú de histórias, análises perspicazes e perguntas instigantes. Do papel do Gulag na identidade soviética às reformas económicas transformadoras na China, está tudo lá. Seja você um estudioso experiente ou apenas um curioso, este livro é o seu guia para entender a complexa tapeçaria do pensamento marxista, comunista e socialista. Então, preparados para embarcar nessa jornada? Garanta o seu exemplar de A Jornada Intelectual hoje mesmo e desvende as ideologias intrincadas que continuam a moldar as nossas vidas. Obrigado por assistir. Não se esqueçam de curtir, se inscrever e ativar o sininho para mais mergulhos profundos no mundo do pensamento político. Até o próximo vídeo.
That book was really important to put in Portuguese too, because, well, they elected a communist president, and gas, which, by the way, the government owns the oil company here, so I'm trying to figure out why gas is 7 reals a liter, since, well, the roads aren't being fixed, the schools still suck, and healthcare is a fucking nightmare. So, obviously the money ain't going to those things, are they? Where the fuck are they going? Of course, hold on, let me see something. I want to see what the dollar is worth right now. Just to demonstrate. I always send my friend a thank you every time the dollar goes up, or the real compared to the dollar goes up. What's a dollar worth? Oh, it's a dollar is now worth 6 reals and 10 centavos. So I may get rich here, but not because of my own work, but because people are stupid. I see people have left, and nobody's here anymore. Okay. Let me get this up again. But, yeah. Okay, so I make 610 because of communism. But I also can't say too much about Brazil because the government might come knock on my door. Wait a minute, they'll do the same to you too, won't they? In Britain, I guess if you put up a social media post, you can go to jail. Where was I? Ah, Jameswood. Before I play this video, I want you all to remember. Remember when the left wished death upon us for voting for Donald Trump, for not wearing a mask, not locking down, and not taking the experimental hokey pokey? Remember that? Yeah.
When the Paradise fires were happening, then the Malibu fires, I started a website, and we were a place where people could say, "Hey, my uncle is caught in his house. Hey, is anybody on this road? So and so's uncle is caught in the house." Well, one of the things I did was Alyssa Milano had 5 horses, and she couldn't control them and get them all out. And someone said, "James Woods helping Alyssa Milano?" And it was a conservative person. I said, "Yeah, dude, she's a human being, and she's got animals, and she's scared, and she's doing the best she can, but she's, she needs help. Of course we're going to help her." That's what we need to do now. I don't have any liberal left-wing neighbors. I don't have any conservative neighbors. I have my friends and neighbors in the Pacific Palisades, and my heart and my hands and my ability to help them and vice versa. We are open to each other, and we are going to rebuild together. That's a promise. When the Paradise...
This is why we're better people. Okay? Now, I would have done it for the horses, not Melissa Milano. Fuck her. But I would have done it for the horses. Because animals didn't ask for this shit. They're not political. They're not stupid. Animals are actually doing on this planet what they're supposed to do. They're within the circle of life. They hunt, they die. That's... Humans think they're outside of that cycle. Guess what? Humans are animals too. We have our predators. We have our prey. We have our sheep. We have our cattle. But remember when they wanted us all to die because we didn't, we voted for Trump. We didn't wear our mask. We didn't, take the experimental hokey pokey. This is why we're better people. Because we'll do shit like this. I want to look something up just to, hold on. Let me see if I can find. And she's allowed to speak out against Trump. I'm not.
Hi. Thank you so much for all being here.
Yes.
I want you all to look around at each other. Really look at each other. Take a moment. You're all still staring at me. Take a look at each other. We're looking. And I want you to realize that this right here, this, all of you, this is what democracy looks like.
Now, democracy looks like when President wins the popular vote.
This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what
Sounds kind of like a cult,
Show me
doesn't
what
it?
democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. So look, there's a few things I want to say. First of all, The back. I love it. This is, I want you to think about the timing of this Supreme Court Justice nominee.
Block him.
This is a big, big issue. Everything that we know to have fought for in the past is up for grabs right now with this nominee. I also want you to think about that this nominee has actually said out loud, I don't think a president should have to be investigated. There's a report in 2009 where he said he does not believe the president should be investigated. So, don't you think it's a coincidence?
So James Wood is so much better. Camera. So James Wood is so much better than I would be. I would do it for the animals. I wouldn't do it for her. Oh, fuck no. The horses aren't retarded. Horses are just horses. Matter of fact, I take the horses and leave her there. Because I don't feel sympathy. You voted for it. You idiot. But James Wood is a better person than I am. But then again, James Wood hasn't been to war and seen the horrible things people will fucking do to each other. Then again, he's never been to a fucking BLM riot rally either, where they firebomb police stations and shit. And then complain about January 6th. Oh, not one police station was firebombed or a police officer. That does not mean I don't think they're fucking retarded. Just means I think assaulting a police officer shouldn't get you 20 years in fucking prison. Three, four, But if you want to see your future, just look at Brazil. Another point here. New law passed by Lula, which I don't know how a president can just pass a fucking law, but I guess in Brazil they can. If I'm carrying more than, I think it's 1,500 reals, up to 10,000 reals, I also have to carry proof of where I got it, or they will arrest me. Yep, I can't just carry cash anymore. I have to prove where it came from. Do you know why that is? It's not because of the cash. It's because when they take you into custody, they're going to confiscate your shit. Do you think you're going to get that back when they let you go? No! It's called stealing. That's what, again, you Brazilians, that's what you voted for. What's up? Darkazinha Mazaki. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. I speak English and Portuguese, so if I say it with the Portuguese, like kind of twist, Darkazinha Mazaki. Is that Japanese or like European? Opa. Anyway, that's what Brazilians voted for. So now, if you have more than 1,500, by the way, the minimum wage in Brazil is 1,100 reals. Which, by the way, let's look that up. Thanks to Lula and their Communist Party and the Communist Party. Let me see, 1,100 reals. What is that in dollars? Which my wife is at work right now, by the way. So, let me switch that to clear it. My wife is going to make I think she's making a little more than minimum wage, but she can make a little more than $180 this month. I spend more than that on beer on the weekend. I don't drink during the week anymore. So let's hear it for socialism or communism. And this is what they want in America. I don't know how many Americans are still in here, but that's what they want in America. You liking it? If my wife weren't beautiful and the country's beautiful, and actually, day to day, I have a lot more freedom as far as, I don't have, police aren't harassing me for walking down the street drinking a beer. They're not harassing me for jaywalking. There's no jaywalking laws here. There are other areas where they make up for that. For instance, I can't carry more than 1,500 reels unless I can prove where they came. I'll tell you where they came from. They came from my military pension that's keeping me from fucking throat punching you. So this is what they want in America. That's why they're against. I think Trump was talking about doing a digital currency department. Try and talk them out of it. Because it should be supply and demand. Period. I think it was Peru. Peru just made that legal tender. You can actually buy stuff with digital currency. I don't know if Brazil hasn't done it yet, but I don't bring my money into Brazil until I need it. I send myself enough to pay my bills and then $100 a month. That's what I live on. My rent on this apartment is, hold on. I paid $670 for a mortgage a month. Here, all right, let me see. I pay $122 in rent here. And it'll get better if they continue electing idiots, because the dollar is just going to get better once Trump is in office. It's already gotten better because Trump got elected. And I see Venezuelans who sneak into Brazil begging for money. So, again, tell me how socialism is so great. And I'm pretty sure maybe I should take some videos of these people, because there's a young girl, probably early 20s, with her baby, who stands in front of the market, Venezuelan, when Brazil, who I outclassed by a dollar is 6 reals, is looking at Brazil as a hope. Well, holy fuck. How good could socialism be, people? And that's to you Brazilians, by the way. I should probably say it in Portuguese, but oh my God. Now, because I have Brazilian family, this is why I worry about the real and the stupid shit you people are doing. I've been around the world. I've seen all kinds of people. Most of them assholes who think the government's going to give them something. Well, the government can't give you anything unless they steal from someone else. And normally, before they give it to you, they're going to skim a little off the top. It's called the difference between the mob and government is the mob turns a fucking profit. That's it. That's the only difference. And the mob has fewer regulations. Keep your mouth shut, But I need to get somebody say something. I would like to get back to that Special Forces guy, because my father was Special Forces, and I'm a veteran myself. But I'm going to go get another beer, so here's another commercial.
E aí, pessoal?
Todo mundo adora uma boa comida, né? Mas que tal 100 receitas incríveis? Descubra o coração da culinária americana com My Favorite American Recipes, do Sean Armstrong. Este e-book Kindle é o seu passaporte para mais de 100 receitas autênticas e fáceis de seguir. Perfeitas para reunir a família e os amigos em volta da mesa. Da clássica e reconfortante canja de galinha ao sabor picante do gumbo da Louisiana, cada receita é uma explosão de sabor. De pratos substanciosos como caçarolas, passando por massas cremosas, até petiscos crocantes, igual pastelzinho na feira, tem para todos os gostos. E sabe o que é melhor? Cada prato valoriza ingredientes frescos e métodos de preparo tradicionais, fazendo com que cada garfada seja uma explosão de amor e sabor, que nem aquele almoço de domingo na casa da avó. Perfeito para jantares aconchegantes ou festas animadas, este livro de receitas é o seu guia para criar refeições inesquecíveis. Então, vista o seu avental e deixe My Favorite American Recipes te guiar por uma deliciosa jornada culinária. Seu paladar vai agradecer. Adquira já o seu exemplar e comece a cozinhar. Bom apetite! Ou como a gente diz aqui, bom proveito!
Missouri Rob just asked me, is the exchange rate good on I get paid in dollars. I get paid my pension from the military. I'm trying to remember what I make a month. I could look it up. But I'm going to guess 700 plus 11, about 1,800 a month. We'll estimate. Well, let's put it this way, Rob. I make the equivalent of about $11,000 a month here after conversion. So I make $11,000 a month in Brazil. And I'm fucking a pauper in America in comparison. Because Americans voted, I'd be making more if Americans hadn't voted stupid originally, right? But Brazilians voted even dumber. So I lucked out, really. Because he fucked up the real quicker than Biden fucked up the dollar. So I'm like, if they keep voting stupid, I could get rich here. Conversely, though, some prices are going, like meat prices are going up because of the wildfires. They lost a lot of cattle and a lot of crops. However, beer is cheap as fuck. So on weekends, I drink beer for pennies. So there are certain things that are cheap. Of course, I'm still trying to figure out that the government owns the oil company. How does gas go to set the equivalent of $7 a liter? I'll tell you why. And the roads don't get better and the schools still suck. I'll tell you why. Because Lula's a criminal piece of shit. That's why. And so is Moraes. And, well, I am under the jurisdiction of Brazil. But send your boys to see me and you'll only get about half of them back. But yeah, I make pretty good here. About 11,000, the equivalent of 11,000 a month. I say I'm saving some of that to build a house. So I've saved about the equivalent of about $5 grand. Takes about 10 to start construction. So I got to save about 5 more. But I couldn't even save in America. And I have good credit here. Weird, huh? Because I pay my car off every month, which that was freaking expensive. $2,000 a month. Of course, I let my wife negotiate the contract. I want a motorcycle. My next vehicle, I want a motorcycle. Because at $7, well, the equivalent of $7 a liter, I think that would be more economical. And the car is nickel and diming me to death in parts and, you know, mechanics and all that good stuff. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I knew about Brazil when I was younger, and maybe after retirement, 2010, 2011, I'd have moved here. You know, after I was already drawn my, pension and stuff, I'd have moved here. Just for, the exchange rate, and I like the culture. It's fun, for the most part. Don't trust anybody here, that's all. Like the idiot across the street, I used to buy beer there. I don't anymore because I'm not paying $7 for a fucking Kaiser. He didn't think I noticed. He hasn't gotten a single... there were two choices. Beat his ass or just not shop there anymore. Well, I just don't shop there anymore. If I were single and Brazilian... No, if I were Brazilian. Brazilians are really weak. Yeah, it's the exchange rates are actually probably Mexico's exchange rate is even higher than Brazil's. I could actually look that up because I keep track of exchange rates. Let's see, Mexico. Japan is actually a good place to, well, a good place exchange rate, but the language is horrible. Let me do a search. Mexico. Mexican peso, $1. Oh, hold on. Clear. Yeah, $1 is worth 21 pesos. So yeah, he's rocking even better than I am. The only difference is they actually have cartels down there that will fucking kill you. I live in Eric Ames. I don't see cartels. I do see a little mob activity. Like my wife worked for a guy, I'm pretty sure it was mob, but he liked me. Fucking. Also, he knows my background. He seemed to treat me with a great deal of respect because I'd fucking kill him. And he was a fat fuck, so. Fatter than I am, so I'm pretty sure I'd go through him. And, yeah, I got free beer from him all the time. Because, well, so, yes, 20 pesos. Shit, I should have moved to Mexico, but I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Portuguese very well either, but well, if you've seen my wife, you know why I moved here. Well, that and I needed to get away from old habits in America. And Brazil has its downsides, but it has its upsides too. I'm not hanging around with people who are like think they know more than they do. Brazilians hear I'm an American. Holy shit, man, I'm treated like a king. We love America. You've never been to America. You have no idea. See, I can talk shit to Americans. My wife can't. We did meet some Americans here who were missionaries. Yeah, I just want to build a house and live comfortably. And really be left alone. I'm glad he's rich until the cartels figure out who he is. I don't have that problem because, well, Brazil's dangerous, but generally for Brazilians. I found it, the way I walk, it freaks people out, but my wife mentions it. The way you walk and everything, you're like, yeah, I'm 6'2". Brazilians aren't generally 6'2", and they don't act, how can I put this? They don't act, like, you know, like, 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 they don't a their men are like all teenagers. It's like living in a country full of teenagers. It really is. Brazil is like living in a country of teenagers. Everybody's jealous. Everybody's like the men, even the grown men act like boys. Like they're trying to be macho, but none of them have ever been in a fight. I actually respect my father-in-law. Man, there must have been a time in Brazil when it was tough here. He's been shot like 5 times. Seen the bullet holes. And he's like, him and I are like tight. But the rest of the Brazilian men here are like the biggest pussies I've ever met. The way they drive. The way they act. I think that's kind of why my wife and I, we clash sometimes because I don't know. No, that's not how it works. I pay the bills, you shut up. She kept telling me how dangerous Eric Games was. Oh, Eric Games is dangerous. I think the first week here I punched her brother-in-law in the face. I haven't really had a problem because, well, if you want to go, I'll go. I don't really have a fucking problem with that. I train karate by myself. Here it's all about looks. It's not about skill. They don't care if you have skill. They want to look good. So I'm upstairs doing kata and stuff, and they're downstairs lifting weights, and they'll come up, kind of look at me funny because I'm wearing my gi. I wear my gi for a reason. Leave me alone. Pretty much. Yeah, still a socialist country though. Also, I'm going to guarantee you he crosses the border for medical treatment, doesn't he? Guarantee it, because it's government-run healthcare down there, just like here. Which I've never seen a healthcare system that could make the VA look like streamlined and well organized till I got here. However, I don't know if you've looked at American women lately, but yeah, Brazil is the supermodel capital of the world, and that's where I live. And if you've seen my wife, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I had a good wife. She died. Now I have a gorgeous wife, and she's a good wife. She cooks like. Of course, I cook too. Speedies. I gotta get the shit together for some speedies, but I want to do them on a grill, and we don't have a grill. That's the only reason I haven't done speedies recently. But people, they just made it harder to visit Brazil too. Used to be a passport, you get a stamp, 90 days. Now, because they're clamping down on illegal immigration because of Venezuela. Don't blame them. Go Trump. We're doing it in America. This is the one country that, because of the beauty and the, if you're young, and not even young, you just want to go to the beach, I wouldn't come to Eric, unless you want to see like the Amazon or something. Go to Manaus, but other than that, go to where I used to live, Florianopolis, or I don't even recommend Rio because it's such a tourist attraction. Go to Florianopolis, go to the island, and hit those beaches. There's tourists there, but not as many as Rio, and less crime. As a matter of fact, if my wife didn't have a daughter here and family here, I'd still be living in Florida, but family's important, you know. But visit Brazil. Get out of the United States. Oh my God, I don't know how many people who are lecturing me on the world have never been out of the United States. I've been to Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan. I've been to Britain. I've been to Korea, but not for the military. You got to live. You got to be close to my age. I'm 56, right? What's going to happen if you fucking, get out there and experience stuff? Well, guess what? You're still going to die, but you've experienced stuff. I'm 56. You got to live before you die, or you're just going to die. I write books because I've experienced stuff, and I went out and found out about shit. And fucking, that's why my stepdaughter, why do you study so hard? Why are you in college? You're like old. Like, well, I've written books, so obviously you find out about shit, and then you think about them, and then you write down what you thought about them, and then you put it in a book, and then you have a book. It's about what you think about life. It's what you see in life. And I'm an ordained minister too. So, when I was doing my classes on, guy wrote Narnia. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I kind of agree with what he says. But all the, I don't really get into, like here. Oh my God, my wife is adamant that I have to go to her special building and listen to her special guy tell me about a book I have on the shelf and I could read myself. Really? Or I won't go to heaven. Kind of sounds kind of cultish to me. Sorry. I firmly believe God is everywhere and I can talk to him anytime I frickin' want. Weird. Same when they get upset about, which, yes, you should protect your kids and whatnot, but see, I'm retired because I did the 23 years of beating my ass in the military. Bad knees, bad back, bad neck, bad shoulder, PTSD. But you know what? I'm a lot of fun at parties. No, I'm not. Really, I'm not. I'm the guy that stands in the corner, or I'm playing guitar, which I kind of miss playing guitar. If you see my Ovation is right up there. I haven't had that out in a long time. I got a cheap-ass Chinese version, but no, I like writing books and being kind of academic, really. Now that I've moved to Brazil, my adventure side was moving to Brazil. With when I came here, I had an army duffel bag, a patrol pack which I gave to my stepdaughter for school because she was in a military academy, and my Ovation guitar. And that's all I came with. Didn't like I had where I lived. I had my Love Me. I didn't have a Love Me wall. I had a Love Me room. Like I had certificates on the wall from the military, martial arts, all that stuff. It's all still there. Started over. But you don't stop. I've written 4 books on martial arts alone. I just got, when did I get promoted? Last year to 4th degree, Yandan. One more belt, I become a master. Whew. Not that I give a shit. I've already written the books. But I train 3 days a week, and you would think in a dangerous country like Brazil, they'd want to learn how to defend it, but nope. It's about how you look. I'm ugly as fuck. I know I'm ugly as fuck. Hit me in the face. I have nothing to lose. So you're going to die. I have the edge. Period. But, yeah, someone came in and said hi and hasn't said anything else. And I was trying to say their name. I think they were either European or maybe Asian. Cool, whatever. I wish we could get more people in here to say something. Even a leftist. I want a leftist to come in here and try to defend their position. And I invite them. I invite them more than I invite you guys. Because you have to defend your position. You have to. And Trump is Hitler is not defending your position. Because I've studied Hitler. As a matter of fact, I'm studying World War II right now in college. Guess what? Trump ain't nowhere near Hitler, you assholes. He may not be, he's a good businessman. And he's a good negotiator. So that might work at this particular time for what we need. But I think every president, we should pick what we need when we need it. And I don't think the Democrats or anything will ever need. Because I don't really think my kids will ever need their genitalia cut off. Or see, Rob, you should do a podcast too. I think you're a farmer, right? Why aren't you doing videos? I think you're still a dairy farmer, right? I was a dairy farmer until I was 17. I worked on the farm with my dad. I left to go in the Army. Why? I like that extra hour of sleep. But I learned how to drive a tractor before I could fucking, I could barely reach the pedals. Clutch. My favorite was a John Deere 4000. What an old beater. But man, she would go. God, I'm old. You're 54. I'm 56. I'm 1 year younger than when my last wife died. She was 57 when she passed. Now my current wife, she's 42. Which she acts like she's 60 as far as attitude. Oh my God, don't do that. Oh my God, don't. Oh, will you stop? And you know what I love is when I first got here, they just got, I did it on Netflix, WWE. She first saw me and my sons on YouTube when we were wrestling school. I wasn't training, but I got ring time with a friend of mine. Oh no, you just need to have someone who can talk you through it. And you can't break a computer, dude. It ain't gonna break. You just might lock up. And then you restart it and do it again. That's how I learned. My wife is taking Excel online through Brazilian university, and I'm listening to his bullshit. I'm like, just open fucking Excel and use it, figure out what it'll do, and if it locks up, restart your computer. Not that fucking hard. That's how I learned how to use everything on the computer. Because when I went to school, I was taking typing classes on a electric typewriter. So yeah, there weren't computers. Well, I can't say that. When I was 13, 14, I was in a computer class and they were using Commodore PETs, you know, with the floppy disks and all that good shit. So yeah, I grew up like, so it's, but you need, what I want, or what you need too, is like a small camera. Like I used to have for my glasses. I put on my glasses and I walk around. That's what you need for dairy farming. People don't understand dairy farming. You do parlor or you do stanchion. Well, while you're answering, I'm going to go get a refill. See, I don't like parlor only because there's too much steel. I almost had my hand broken. Too many hooves flying around with too much steel to pin it against. I almost had my hand broken in a parlor. Now, I don't, stanchion, the only thing I don't like about stanchion was, one, you could get squeezed between two cows, but I also didn't like the fact that a shitty wet tail could smack you in the fucking head. But I think it went quicker, a stanchion also, and you put the machine on and you stand out in the middle of and you know, it goes, we had the pipeline, we didn't have to do the you know, dump it in and then it goes to the, no, it went straight from the machine to the, you know. So, you know, I like the stanchion only because, and if they got rowdy, I just grab their tail and wrap that sucker up. Yeah, it was almost like doing a frickin' arm bar in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, they didn't do shit. But yeah, there was too much steel. I almost had my hand broken in a parlor. And yeah, that was not cool. I don't like having hooves like right here near my head either. So that's why I like the stanchion better. But hey, to each his own. I mean, everybody does it their own way. I quit farming when I was 17 because, well, I got tired of getting up at 4 o'clock, and I went in the Army because I got up at 5 o'clock. And I got to blow shit up. That was fun. Of course, yeah. My father-in-law, who's Brazilian, obviously, still milks by hand. Gets up at 4 a.m., doesn't have power, goes out, milks his cows by hand. And then you have to drive it down the road to put it in the tank. Like, I think it's, I don't know, about a mile down the road. He does it on a motorcycle. I've done it in my car. Old school here, man. And they don't make as much as farmers here do. Tell you that. I've offered to buy him electric setup with, you know, a milking machine and all that. Nope. Because where he lives, electric, he may not have it for 3-4 days. He lives out, like, it takes me an hour to drive out there. And there's no paved roads. And I offered to buy him a horse too, because actually he needs a horse. He's like 60 some odd years old, barely walk. But nope, he wants his motorcycle, which when I got there, he was starting it by twisting 2 wires together. That was his ignition. So he's a good guy, but it's kind of backwards here. You should have seen his eyes when I told him, yeah, when I was a kid, we milked like 250, 300 head. You know, he milks like 5, 6 in the morning. Puts them in these blue jugs. You remember those old milk cans? They have them here, but they're plastic. That's what that's how we transport milk down to, he puts it in a freezer. It's filtered. He pours it from a bucket into this filter, into that blue jug, and then we take the blue jug down to and that's how it's crazy here. Yeah, I like the old barn. Of course, I grew up like playing in hay mows and stuff, and you don't get that with a parlor. Also, you get to know the cows too. You get to know the ones who kick, the ones who are gonna, you know, and you get to know the ones you got to kind of handle a little differently. And parlors, you don't get that. And there's a lot of steel. Again, I hate that steel, that stainless steel. Your hand gets pinned. Oh my God, that hurt so bad. Didn't break it. Came close though. And your head is right about hoof level. So I would prefer to be in between them where if they kick me, they're going to hit me in the thigh or something. And a lot of muscle in the thigh. Ain't no muscle in the head. Also, I think a parlor's kind of boring. To be perfectly honest. We put the radio on. We go from cow to cow. We'd have like 3, 4 machines going. Me and my dad. Hard work, but good work. And, yeah. And the cows always knew which stanchion to go to, too. Wasn't no needing to lead them in. They'd come in at the end of the day because they knew it was milking time. They go right to the stanchion they were supposed to be in. Put their head right in there for you, too. Unless they're, like, being a bitch, but... Like Democrats. Yeah, I miss farming in a way, but I don't. My father-in-law wants me to build a house on his property so I can help him farm because I've been a farmer. I can ride horses and shit and all that, but I don't want to be a farmer anymore. I write books now. I'm happy writing books. I'm happy going to college. I'm happy being an intellectual with common sense. Not that I don't miss farming. It's a good life. It's an honest life. You can't really lie to a cow. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of be honest because the cow don't give a shit. And like my grandfather, when he was growing up, or when I was really young, he did everything by horse. Still. That was in the early 70s. My father had an albino, I think it was a palomino. I don't know, it was albino, it was all white. Even his eyes were pink. That was my first horse. It's a good horse. Calm. And then, like I said, that John Deere 4000. Man, I could get the front tires off, pop that clutch, and that thing would, brah! And I was a fucking little wanker then, too. Good times. But those times are over. No more family farms. Maybe like yours, but now it's about, industrialized farming. My father-in-law didn't know about amoxicillin for infections in cattle. That's how, but I'm glad my father taught me that stuff. But here, like in America, you need a vet to come out and administer that stuff. You know what I did? I drove up to the feed store and bought some amoxicillin, and we did the weight conversion and administered the amoxicillin, and we saved 2 calves. Weird. So, but I did tell him, he had 1 cow too. I said, don't put the milk in with the other milk because it's got antibiotics in it. Not that I don't think it would hurt anybody, but I guess COVID's making another round here in Arakames, which, I mean, you've either had it or you haven't. I've had it, and if I get it, I just got over a cold, so it could have been COVID. Who the fuck knows? But, hey, whatever. Yeah, people should travel more. When you're lecturing on stuff, or people are lecturing on stuff, Democrats are horrible. Nobody's fucking been anywhere. You know what? I get a lot of Europeans trying to lecture me on socialism. I live in a socialist country, you asshole. That's why I make Yeah, it shouldn't be about money though. It used to be about tradition and family and just the lifestyle. Like my father, he didn't make a lot of money ever. Made good money truck driving, but farming, no. But it was a good way to raise kids and teach your kids work ethic and skills and getting up early and doing all that shit. Like I said, when I went in the army, getting up at 5 o'clock was like, really? I got an extra hour's sleep. Let's go run. Not saying I was a super soldier or anything. I was just, you know, you kind of miss the farm, but you don't. Like when I go to my father-in-law's, it's quiet out there. He's got a pond, fish in it. And, he's got cow. I had a cow out there, but she died. She fell into the pond. Weird. But we were going to build a herd, and I was trying to buy the ranch next door. I wanted a ranch. I wanted a ranch where I could ride horses and, but I wanted to raise beef cattle. I didn't want to raise, milk. I wanted to raise beef because Brazil is the second largest beef exporter in the in the world. I figured, shit, why not get in on that? And then my cow was pregnant. She died. So, of course, my father-in-law gave me another calf. Since I couldn't get that ranch next door, I want to build a house in the city. Now, if I could get a ranch close where I could move my herd, the start of my herd over to my ranch without so much trouble, that'd be cool. Get myself a good horse and I'd be good. My wife is talking about hiring a foreman. I've been watching Yellowstone. I want Rip as my foreman. Well, the farm really owns you. You got to be there every day. That's why people don't want to be farmers. You have to be there every day. There's no days off in farming. But it's a clean way of living. That's why I like going to I don't want to stay there though. My wife doesn't understand why I don't want to stay there. That farm owns her father. He comes to town once a month. I don't want to do that. I live in the city. It doesn't mean I want to live here. I would love a nice suburban home. But until I get the money saved up. Matter of fact, he's been robbed out where he lives. He had a gun, which was a single shotgun. I guess you can own them out there and nobody gives you any shit. Someone stole it. I was like, why didn't you hide it? Couldn't figure out why you should hide a gun. In America, well, they look at me crazy because I told them I own 15 firearms. And I always carried one. Why'd you own so many? Why'd you carry one? Well, so my country doesn't end up like Brazil. So you milking alone, or you have kids there with you? Because that's the best time to impart things to your kids. My father told me more stories in the milking parlor than he ever did anywhere else. Now, I like Grumpy's videos, but I think he's missing out on... Well, he only has a daughter, so... I had 4 kids, so... I kind of wish we had done the farming thing, but we didn't. Maybe things would be different between us, but yeah. Yeah, milk. My father, after he, those are the best times though. My father and I bonded more times in a milking parlor or in the barn than we ever did anywhere else. We usually arguing anywhere else because we knew there was something to do in the barn. We both knew what needed to be done, so we just did it. It was muscle memory at that point, but we could talk. You know what I mean? With the muscle memory, you didn't have to worry about. You got to put the machine on. Didn't have to think about it. We knew how to put a machine on. We knew when to take it off, and you could talk in between. He was died in 2001. Should have Vietnam vet, all that good shit. Wish he'd been around when I got back from Iraq. Would have been helpful. Talking, because it's hard to talk to somebody who hasn't been to war. He's been to war, so it would have been cool. Also, he'd been to Brazil. Weird. I didn't know. One day, after he became a truck driver, we were, yeah, I speak Portuguese. Oh, you speak Portuguese? And he called me babaca. Well, I didn't know what babaca meant then, because I'd never been to Brazil. Didn't even know about Brazil. Didn't know about Portuguese. Babaca means asshole. So the first word I ever heard in Portuguese was asshole from my father. So, yes. And my wife and I laugh about that all the time. My father called me an asshole before I even knew he called me an asshole. So it was kind of funny. Now I speak more Portuguese, like mais quente que dois ratos transando com meias de mão, which means hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock. So when Brazilians hear me say that, like, really, they kind of start laughing. They always ask me to, because they sell Budweiser here, and I did not fly 21 hours to drink fucking Budweiser horse piss. But they always ask, what do you think of Budweiser? Gosto de meio de cavalo, which in Portuguese means it tastes like horse piss. It's a college beer. It's a beer that is drank by people who don't know what beer should taste like. No, they don't. TikTok, YouTube, and I'm on YouTube right now. My kids don't know why I moved to Brazil. They don't speak to me. But when you're drinking 30 beers a day, which I drink on weekends now, that's about it. When you're drinking 30 beers a day and hoping you die, yeah, it's time to change something. So I moved to Brazil and got married again. And my wife is gorgeous. She's a little bit of a pain in the ass because Brazilian women are like that. Irritating, but I don't go hungry. And I got a wife that's nice to look at. And she lets me write my books. And she's trying to market them here, but it's hard because they won't sell paperbacks here. I can only sell ebooks here. Don't ask me. It's Brazil. But I have good credit here, though. I will say that. America, fucking, yeah, no. But I like it here. You have to understand the life I came from to the life I'm in now to realize that it's much better for me here. I've only had to punch one person since I've been here, which he was treating his wife like an asshole. And come to find out, he really was treating his wife like an asshole. She's still with him. It kind of my fault too. Oh, I keep trying. That's why I do these. Of course, I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't do live videos on Facebook. But anyway, well, I tried to get him to come down here because all my sons are single, right? My oldest one has legal. I'm not going to get into it, but I'd like him to come down here. And of course, I have twins, so I'm kind of screwed there. My daughter's getting married, which, at first I didn't like her, fiance, but I guess he's turned shit. That was the whole point. They don't get it. It's not about what I thought about you at the time. It's you need to change what you're fucking doing. And when you do, you'll get credit for it. Well, he's got a job now. He's not sitting around playing video games all fucking day. So, hey, I'm happy for it. That's all I wanted. Don't be a shitbag. Really simple. People don't get that. But, me, I just sit around and take classes and write books. And irritate leftists because I sit around and take classes and write books. And I understand economics, and I understand politics, and I have a degree in criminal justice, I have a degree in Homeland Security, and I have a degree in counterterrorism. And I've also trained in executive protection, and I've been an gunsmith when I was in the States. Ain't too many guns here to work on, at least ones that are legal, and I don't have the tools I used to have. Like when I walk into a mechanic shop, I look around and go, I used to have more than this. I have a mechanic, I always go to him, always. He always gives me a square deal. He'll change the filter on my air conditioner, no charge. Just because I'm an American, and I'll pay a little extra for something else, you know what I mean? Like, he wanted a cake from my wife. So he fixed the heads on my car. Because the gas here, for some reason, is dirty as shit. But the government owns the oil companies. Don't. But, hey, Americans want that socialism shit. Yeah, they like that socialism shit. I want them to explain how it's better than what they have now, and then talk to me about it, and fucking so I can shoot them down. Oh no, I was never BFF. More like the drill sergeant, yeah. But I gave them their freedom too to make their own mistakes. It's called natural consequences. When you fuck up, you better face up to it. That's your fuck up. It ain't mine. Like when now I had to go to school a couple times. Bullshit, mainly. The political correctness bullshit. Now, when I go to school, it's because the school's being an idiot. But I think once, I didn't go to school. I told my son, you did it. I think he did something in the locker room during a wrestling tournament. You know what? Time for you to own up. Yeah, that was literally you. Wasn't the other kid. Can't remember. I don't even remember. It was a mistake on his part, not the other kids. But I've been there when he stood up for kids for bullying, and I showed up at school and said, because I was bullied too. I was like, you're lucky my son let him walk away. My son was, at the time, because he took after his mother as far as size, like 200 pounds. And he was a wrestler. And some kids were wrestling, some bullying some other kids. I was bullied in school, and I told my son about it. Of course, I was a black belt, too, at the time. I told him, yeah, you don't, no, bullies, we got no time for bullies. And he stood up for smaller kids. He's a wrestler. He'll stretch you. You don't care. And I was teaching him karate at the time, too. But he was a better wrestler, so he would have stretched him. And I guess he did. And I walked into as a matter of fact, exactly. And you either own it or you don't. And that's the problem with the loony left. They don't want to own it. California is a perfect example. You let water run out to the fucking sea and now you need it. Sorry, you voted for it. I own everything I've done. Like even moving to Brazil, my kids don't talk to me. Okay. My decision, but it was for my preservation. We'll say it, my self-preservation. My mental health. Also, I didn't want to become celibate, so. And my wife is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Pain in the ass, but gorgeous. I think every husband says that about their wife. She's kind of a pain in the ass, but she's gorgeous. I had a good wife. I've had a shitty wife. I've had a good wife. I've been lucky. Been really lucky. But I had to make some, you have to make sacrifices for things. People don't get that. They don't want to sacrifice anything. Brazil, same way. This entire culture is about what the government can give me. Healthcare. Healthcare sucks. They don't think it sucks. But they've never been anywhere else. So when I tell them, oh my God, this hospital is filthy, they don't get it. Oh man, the American government shut this shit down. Man, they don't get it. Oh wow. And it's not free. Everybody thinks government health care is free. It's not. I pay taxes on health care, and then when I get treated, I still have to pay. It's not single payer, assholes. You're never going to meet the fucking demand for money. Ever. That's what these loony leftists in America don't get. That's why Obamacare is shit. I still pay for Obamacare, by the way. I live in Brazil. I don't even use it. Still got to pay for it. Comes right out of my pension. Why? Because y'all fucking retarded. That's why. That's why when they celebrate that idiot that shot that CEO, it's your fault. Yeah, it happens every year. LA, they have wildfire. You would think they would store fucking water. But they voted for it. And now I feel bad for certain people like Wood, Alex Wood, and what's his name? James Woods. He's a conservative. But I don't feel sorry for him. You don't have to live there. Simple. You had the money to move. Sorry, I just don't feel sorry for stupid anymore. I really don't. When they talk about, what is it, marginalized groups. Do you know the true marginalized group in America? Smart people. There aren't enough of them. They're the minority. Straight up. But, oh yeah, my wife, she doesn't understand. Like, she's Brazilian. She doesn't understand why I have no sympathy for California. She keeps showing me, pictures of California. Oh my God, look at the fire, which I felt worse for Brazil because I don't believe that was arson, one. And two, they're actually they go through a drought every year. And then they have a rainy season. So they have fires every year. unfortunately, this year the fires hit where the cattle were. So meat prices have gone up, which I wish that cow had fucking survived now. Anyway, and California, it's global warming. Then why would you fucking drain your water, stupid? You had water you let into the fucking ocean over a fish. We're not supposed to think you're fucking retarded. Why? But they voted for it. And the people that stayed there didn't have to. It's kind of their fault too. So I'm trying to feel sorry, but I can't, because you can't feel sorry for stupid. You can't, I mean, you guys can. I'm pretty much done with it. Because I live in Brazil. Holy fuck. The education level here worldwide, they're ranked 79th in education. My sister-in-laws, 2 of them are teachers, and I'm smarter than they are. Of course, I went to school before the, gender ideology bullshit and all that bullshit. So I'm smarter than most American teenagers right now. Matter of fact, that reminds me of a story. The first time I met my sister-in-law, who lives here in Eric Ames, a teacher, said to me in Portuguese, "You write books, huh?" Well, yeah, I've written a couple. She goes, "So you think you're smart?" I looked at her and said, "I'm American. I know I'm fucking smart." I walked away. Because, I mean, they're ranked 79th in education. We're not fucking rocking stellar fucking grades here, people. None of your kids can read at grade level, do math at grade level, because you're too busy with the gender ideology and CRT. Guess what? Everything's not racist, and you can't change your fucking gender. Period. I'm non-binary. No, you're not. You're just fucking listening to your fucking teacher. If you're a science teacher, oh, yeah. The temperature in California in the last 50 years has raised 3 degrees. 3 fucking degrees. Yet, fucking, so they say, yet stars are still buying oceanfront property. According to them, the ocean should be rising, right? Why the fuck would they still be buying oceanfront property? Why would Obama have a fucking house on an island? Martha's Vineyard is an island, by the way. Because it's bullshit. By the way, yes, the temperature on the planet is going to rise. It's also going to lower, too, from time to time. Matter of fact, the poles have actually switched before humans were here. The planet does shit that we have nothing to do with. Because, well, it's a fucking planet. At one time, all the continents were supposed to be joined, which I could see, and then split apart. You really think we're doing so much to the planet? Ask those motherfuckers in Pompeii who didn't have a single fucking car factory. Ask them. So tired of this shit. Humans are so egotistical. That's their problem. They think everything revolves around them. Got news for you. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. Whether climate change or whatever, all species go extinct at some time. And then a new species will take over. How old is the alligator? It was a fucking dinosaur. But it evolved. I don't think we're going to evolve. We could write poetry. Really? Can you fucking hunt underwater, stupid? Because maybe someday the world will be covered with water. Maybe it won't. Maybe the poles will switch again and you're going to have to get used to cold weather. We don't know. Why? Because we're just fucking humans. We're apes that have the power of speech. And I think they actually have evolution backwards. I think humans are evolving into apes. That's why apes are here. And some people are getting to it faster than others. Like, when I see a loony leftist insult me with the equivalent of, "You're a big poopy head," all I can picture is a monkey throwing poop at me. Because, literally, I think we're evolving into apes and we're getting dumber. Maybe because of this. Of course, apes don't have these. Oh, and you know what? I'm hoping I just go to sleep one night and just not wake up. That's my goal. I don't want to go through a lot of pain. I think I've had enough pain in my life. And, I'm good to go. And I believe, but I'm not a zealot. Zealots are the mother dumb shits that'll put a suicide vest on and fucking walk on into the street. Or sit in a fucking, I don't know why that dude did it. PTSD probably. But my wife just showed up, so I think I'm going to call this a night. Thanks for showing up, Rob. I'll let you know when we have the next one. It was cool talking to you. I haven't talked about farming in a long time, especially dairy farming. But my wife just showed up, so, and my cat's losing her mind. So I might actually go for a walk after this. But thanks for showing up, Rob, and Grumpy and everybody else who showed up. Nobody showed up who wanted to test me. That's my wife. So.
Hello. Hello.
So, as we say, boa noite, which means good night, and peace.
Good night.
In the shadows where the truth collides, voices rising like a raging tide. Echoes of a past that we can't escape, tangled in the webs of what they fabricate. Heavy hearts wrapped in plastic dreams, fingers pointing at our silent screams. Gender blurred and lost in the fray, we're just warriors fighting for a brighter day. Say what you need to hear, not what you wanna know. Super Gringo on the airwaves, let the fire grow. Triggering minds since 68's dawn light. Through your liberal tears, we'll ignite the night. Hear anti-drones marching like puppets on strings. Echo chambers echoing their hollowed out wings. Don't paint me as a villain, I'm just standing tall against this